So it's that time again. Usual Saturday Night Live. Let's get this one on the big screen and let's see who turns up. Let's go. So so as usual, we're running late a little bit, but we're here nevertheless. We've got here. I know we're always a little bit late, but we're here. Oh, we're getting Dean Rock up to tell me off. Frank is here. Ray's here. How are you doing, guys? Let's see who pops in. Who else? Let's get this on the big screen so I can follow the chat. Um, there we go. Come on, go a bit faster. Frank, yeah, we did it, man. Boom. That's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all. Quite happy with that. Uh, I don't see. Dean's not telling me off because he's finished work. Dean, how are you doing, mate? Thanks, Grant. Thanks very much. I'm on the big screen now. I can follow what's going on. Uh, Maria's here from Glasgow. Liv is here from Norway. Thank you guys for very much for coming in. Thanks for joining us. We do this Saturday Night Live every week. I say 8 o'clock, but as Dean's going to tell you, and a couple of the others will tell you that yeah, I'm always a little bit late. Yeah, I'm not that much late, just a little bit. Patricia's here from some. Um, I'm not sure why, but it decided to look funny. But I'm back. So finished at 8 p.m. tonight and back again, back at 8 in the morning. Um, I had one day off this week, so not got content for tomorrow's, which is kind of upsetting me. Oh, that's a shame. Have you had how comes you've had only one day off this week? Sorry, Frank. I think I'm back now. I think I'm all right. The signal's back on and strong again. It just went a bit. It just went a bit funny. Sam's allotment diaries here. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Backyard growing essay. What does that essay stand for? Congratulations. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Yeah, we did it. We got there. We got to that 10K mark. It's not bad. A bad little milestone. I really didn't expect it by today. I was thinking maybe next by middle of this week, and then I was hoping yeah we'd do some sort of giveaway on the live, but I'm completely unprepared for it. So it'll have to be next week or where I organise something. I will organise something. I'm not sure what yet, but yeah, we'll sort something out. And I'll figure out how to do the draw as well. Um, it's the way my work rota works. I'm off Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday next week. Ah, okay. Ah, okay, so it's a big. So you've got a big gap off, and then you're back on again. Is it like that every few weeks? Somebody else is here. Assalamu alaikum. Well, cheers, Ray. Thank you very much. Muhaddas Ali is here. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got to that 10K mark. Not bad at all. Yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm quite chuffed. I'm very chuffed with that. But yeah, so we'll definitely have a giveaway to organise for next Saturday. And whoever comes in onto we'll do a live giveaway. Whoever comes in onto the live, we'll put them into a prize draw, and we'll do a something. Um, so Sam's, oh, you're in Leicester, so you're back on lockdown. Is it completely locked down like it was for when it was national, or what's going on? What's it like down there? Maria, thank you very much. Kilted Gardeners here. Just wanted to say congratulations. Got to run, but I'll catch you soon. Not a problem, Robert. You take care. We'll see you when you're back in. Anyway, enough of my depressing state. I'm gonna make a start on some strawberry wine tomorrow. I had a treat today. Gooseberry crumble with my own fruit. Gooseberry gooseberry crumble with my own fruit. That's not bad, is it? See, do you know what? Did you have loads of custard on it, or did you put loads of manure on it? Yeah. Um. I like apple crumble with loads and loads of manure. I'm not even getting my words out, man. What's going on? Loads of custard. uh, he's Yashiv's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Midnight Gardener's here. Big up my family garden. Have you ever tried the Three Sisters method with corn and growing beans? Yes, Yusuf, I've tried it. Um, I did a couple of videos on a couple of interpretations of the Three Sisters method last year, and and I've got some. I've sort of changed the way I'm going to do it this year. So what I've got is my corn and my squash growing. Corn, squash, pumpkins across the floor. But my instead of runner beans in the middle of the bed, they're at one side of the bed, and in the middle of the bed I've got broad beans. So yeah, it's a slightly different method of it.
Call me when it's been half an hour.
Okay.
You have to.
No, you have to, Dave. Dave. Okay. Ismail Karoli here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Sam, can you not go to the allotment as we've always been able to? Um, we did plum crumble. See, I didn't get any. My plum tree's been really disappointing over the last couple of years. I've got this plum tree, and every year it gets really infested by aphids. And they complete as soon as the blossoms set and the new fruits about to set, the aphids completely destroy it. And by the time the ladybirds and everything move in, the it's too late. So we hardly get any plums, and it's been like that for the last few years that the plums have been fruiting, since the plum tree's been flowering. And I'm a bit disappointed by that. 10k compost king. Have I tried dandelions yet? No, not yet. I've not been that brave yet. How does it work? I've always do you like we grow things like runner beans and French beans, and they grow. I think they grow way too long for the corn varieties. Back in the day, were different varieties to the ones that we've got now. Um, the sweet corn. I mean, I'm not the today. It's kicked me out. It just kicked me out. The app closed. I've opened it up again, and it started. So if I hope it don't carry on like this. I hope it gets itself sorted very soon. So we scrump next door's fruit. Okay. I'm gonna be that guy. Come on, guys, smash that like button when you get a chance. Absolutely, Dean. Thank you very much, mate. If you haven't hit that like for me, please hit that like. Ken Dudley's here. Thank you very much for coming in. Bob Hudson's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Wa alaikum assalam. Um, Send my friend a link to your videos on Thursday. Thank you very much for sharing it out. Appreciate that. The badgers keep eating the plums. How do the badgers get up the trees to get the plums? Can badgers climb trees? Midnight Gardener, can you comment again, but just leave the language out, please? Yes, if you just watch the language, because my kids are on this stream as well. They're watching, so just be careful with that language, please. We'll try and keep it family friendly. Thank you. His message today said. He messaged today said see all you Yorkshiremen at time. Without a doubt, absolutely. Your broad beans got trashed by a black fly. That's what, do you know. Up until so far this season, I've been really pest free, um, and the only signs of pest I'm seeing so far is some pests on my chili, some green fly on my chilies and on my aubergines in the greenhouse. Um, but in outside, what I did was the traditionally people will tell you don't plant beans and onions together. Apparently, it's supposed to cause each other problems. I understand the theory behind it, but I always plant onions. I mix everything up when I plant. So I had broad beans growing in the middle of my onion bed, um, and I was very lucky to say that I had hardly any pest issues on my broad beans at all. Um, yeah, so you could try that next year. You know, interplant your broad beans with lots and lots of onions and garlic and stuff like that. Other herbs as well. Um, are the side shoots and aubergine plants meant to be removed? No, let the side shoots grow because the side shoots. That's one of the sorry, on aubergine plants. If you pinch your aubergine plant out, treat your aubergine plant like a chili plant. Pinch the top out, encourage the side shoots, and let the side shoots flower and produce the fruit. They'll be it's good. Don't treat it like a tomato plant. You don't need to single stem an aubergine plant. I can see another UK lockdown coming. Sam, yeah, I don't think you'd be wrong there, mate. If people don't stick to social distancing, it'll happen. And I've recently watched a program called The Queen's Garden, and the gardeners at Buckingham Palace used garlic infused water to treat aphids. Um, Somebody else, you're doing a spoiler on my next video, mate. Yeah, garlic water for aphids is brilliant. Anything with a bit of fairy in it, a bit of soft soap, that'll be fine. That's good for aphids as well. Do you know chili spray vinegar? That's good for aphids as well. I'm interested in growing a 4 or 5 trees again against a sunny fence. Almond, apricot, green gage, and cherry dams. I'm not sure what the fifth one will be. Any suggestions or trouble shooting? Have you thought about instead of a tree, it's more of a shrub, but a cherry bush? Um, I I was thinking of getting some cherry bushes this probably this year. I've got some space opening up in the garden, and I was thinking of getting some bushes because they're a little bit easier to manage, especially in a backyard setting. Um, and the other thing is try and buy dwarf varieties. So especially with your apricot and your almond, because they're really susceptible to peach leaf curl, because they're the same family. So just be careful about that. And it'll be good for you to so you can move them under cover when it's wet and in early spring. So because they flower early as well, you protect the blossom from frost, and you'd protect because peach leaf curl is a fungal disease that's caused by excess rain, and those leaves when they fall on the ground, they harbour the infection, and then the next year it comes back. So if you've got it in a container and you can move it indoors and out when you as and when you need to, you'll be protecting it from those kind of things. Can you clone a cucumber plant? You can. Um, Karen's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Catherine Ivy's here. Thank you very much for coming in. You can clone a cucumber plant. Just take off the sucker and you can just leave it in a glass of water. It'll root itself. It will root itself. Uh, there's no laughing matter, I tell you. No warning. Midnight Gardener? What happened about your no laughing matter? Tell me. Uh, my dandelion and nettle tea loosen my stools for dangerous levels of cloth. Oh man. uh, uh, some runner beans had black fly on mine. Um, Have you tried companion planting, Ray, or some putting some sacrificial crops in? I can't get my R's out today. I don't know what's going on. Sufia Dewan is here. Assalamu alaikum. Just want to pop by and say hello and drop a like. Thank you very much for hitting that like. If anyone else hasn't hit the like button for me, please hit that like. Let's get that like count up a little bit. Um, Midnight made a put. Not sure. Yeah, thanks very much on that 10k. Next Saturday we're gonna do a giveaway. So whoever's in the live stream will do a giveaway for everyone who pops in. Um, how to anybody pinch out the top of the aubergine plant. Um, you can do it like you can treat it like a chip plant. And pinch the top out of the aubergine plant when it's really small, and it'll encourage it to send out side shoots. Or you could just leave it, let it grow up, let the natural branches come out, and then pinch it out when you want it to stop growing, rather. So either way, I mean, I do a combination of both, so I don't just restrict it to one. And to be honest with you, it doesn't. I've not seen it make a massive difference. Sometimes you get a bushier plant, but even when you get a bushier plant, it doesn't grow because we don't always get the summer here. It doesn't always give you the, even the additional branches don't always produce the fruit that you'd want. So yeah. Anybody tried apple cucumber? Tried apple cucumber? I grew some called crystal apple that are green round. They're a green round one about that sort of size, the size of a size of an apple. Um, yeah, they're okay. There's another one that I grew called crystal lemon. Now they were really good. I really like them. Really sweet type of cucumbers. Get another compost video. Ray, yeah, we've got another compost video up. So I put all my tips on how to make how go about making compost. I put them all into one video and stuck that in a. I put that up last week. So if you like that sort of thing, then there you go. Tony's here from Dublin. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. This year I tried to grow beans next to sunflower so that beans have a natural trellis. Sunflower is fourth sister. Bob, how tall do you sunflowers get? Do you know the sunflowers that you grow? How tall do you manage to get them to grow? Cherry bush sounds decent. If you find a good supplier who's going to post them out at a decent time, Yusuf, let me know because I fancy getting a cherry bush as well. I want a couple because I'm going to have some space opening up this year, but I don't want to give too much away. Miguel Soto's here. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings from Scotland. Love your videos and the gardening tips. Miguel, thank you very much. That's a very kind thing of you to say. Appreciate you coming along. Um, so tell us about where you garden. So everyone who's new to the chat, who hasn't been into one of these chats before, it doesn't always follow a structure. We do sometimes get guests in and we do get interview them, but it doesn't always follow a structure. It does. So the chat does evolve as we're going along. um, Rabia is here. Wa alaikum assalam. Congratulations. Thank you very much. No, Santal.
I'm getting changed.
I know you're getting changed. I can see you walking about with no nappy on, mate.
I need to get changed, Dad. Wait. I need to get changed.
Any experience with cucamelons? No, I've not grown cucamelons before. Um, I wanted to try it this year, but by the time the seeds turned up, it was way too late for me to get going. But maybe next year I'll give it a go. Giveaway next Saturday, 11k. We'll see, Ray. I hope. Well, we'll see. Nick's allotment diaries here. Thank you very much, mate, for coming in. I hope you're keeping well. Sue Jones is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Um, there isn't a 23KC is it here? How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Uh, we're just having a bit of a garden chat. Join in the banter. Feel free to get involved. My neighbour has ordered lemon cucumber seeds. And gonna give me some to try. I like those lemon cucumbers. They are really nice. They're really sweet. I mean, I've had some issues with bitter cucumbers in the past, and even when I've had issues with bitter cucumbers, those lemon cucumbers always turned out nice for me. Um, they're higher than my shed and muscle with chicken. Okay, so no wonder you can grow. Yeah, see, my sunflowers barely get to about 6 foot. Uh, just about get to 6 footish. Um, Normally they're around the 5 foot mark. If I'm lucky, they'll get to that 6 foot mark. So yeah, I've never managed to grow sunflowers that tall yet. Um, what's going on with Sam? Is he getting into trouble for not keeping a plot tidy? That'll be amazing if Sam doesn't have a tidy plot. He's the guy with the most tidiest plot on YouTube. Um, my peppers are taking forever to grow whilst my tomatoes are blooming on. It's this June and July so far has been really disappointing for me. We had a really encouraging April, a solid May, and then June just went backwards. And so far July's been a bit poor. Hopefully, if the weather turns round before you know at midnight, those chilies and peppers they'll take off and they'll do all right. Have you got them under glass? Have you got them in somewhere warm? Any little trick to take care of leaf miner? I've just cut off the infected leaves. Hopefully, it slows them down whilst they're all over my peas and lettuce, my tomato. Neem oil's really good for it. Tony, neem oil's good. One of the things that you want to do as well is try and if you've got access to any chickens or anything like that, the areas that you have leaf miner, get the chickens and stuff like that on them, and they'll break those pest cycles. But if you haven't got that, then neem oil is very good. I had leaf miner on my chard last year, so what I did was I cut them right down to the ground, and then that second set of leaves that they put up, we got really good harvest off that second set of leaves. And then when it came to winter, I cut them right down to the ground, and I set the chickens on that area and just let them sort out all my pests. So far, we haven't had leaf miner this year, but 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 I'm never gonna say never until it happens. So let's see what happens this year. Uh, it's the site's receptionist that's complained, so not a leg to stand on. She's complaining that see Sam's got if you don't know Sam, he has one of the most tidiest allotments around, and if someone's going to complain that his plot is untidy, I don't know what's going on. 23KC, yeah, I'm doing really good, mate. We had hit a big milestone today, so thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for having that belief in me. I really appreciate it. Really need to get me phone fixed. There's a green line in the middle of. Dean, that's not the phone. If everyone shares one of your videos on their Facebook page, then I'm sure you can get to 12k plus by next on Sunday, Saturday. I wish I could get to that. That'd be a brilliant thing for everyone. Yeah, that'd be a brilliant thing. Yeah. um, I see you in Gardener's World. I managed to find you on YouTube. Fantastic viewing and learning. Meme Boo, thank you very much for saying that. That's a yeah. We got featured on episode 6. So one of the things that they were struggling for content, because of lockdown and stuff. So they got in touch with us and asked us if we'd film something specifically for them. Um, and the footage that they actually aired was supposed to only be test footage. So they asked me to send it in to see if they could work with that. And instead of saying, okay, right, yes, now do the real thing, they just went ahead and said, right, we're putting it out, which I wasn't best pleased about actually. But I'm glad that we've got onto that Gardener's World though. That's one of the things off my bucket list. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Um, Bob, which one were you talking about that needs a lot of nitrogen? Are you talking about the sunflowers? We've just had a rabbit arrive. I'm thinking of compost. Can I add the hay, the tray, the hay to compost? What's your thought? Ray, I think, do you know, rabbit manure's not as hot as say chicken manure or horse manure, so it's good. It's good to add to compost. Um, it's really good to add to compost. The bedding, the hay, the manure, all of that is brilliant for compost, and you can add it direct to your garden beds as well, and it won't burn your plants the way some of the other manures can. So yeah, I'd go for it. I think you've done a brilliant thing for your garden there. Um, we keep playing with the idea of getting some rabbits for the kids. I'm not sure if I can handle additional responsibility at the minute. So I know it'll all end up on me if I've got. I don't know if I've got the capacity to take on more animals to look after. But the thing that I really want more than anything, more than rabbits, is I want a couple of pygmy goats for the garden. That would be good. Um, Midnight, I've had the same problem, but the peppers are taking off now. They look like they were dying, but they just bounced back. See, we just need that. We just need that heat now. We just need that break in the weather, and then your peppers will take off. I know they will, and everyone's gardens will take off as well. We've had a good amount of water come into the soil and saturate everything. We just need that. We just need that heat now. Um, no streaming and help. No streaming. No for streaming and helping others. Sam, what's going on? I missed the comment. My peppers are very small, almost like seedlings. Don't worry. Do you know? I've got some peppers that are about that sort of size. They're about 2, 3 inches. I'm not worried about them. They'll soon take off. And I've got some peppers that are about 2.5 foot. Some chilies that are about a foot and a half, and they're flowering and producing chilies. But the small ones, I'm not too worried about them. I know once it starts warming up, they'll be all right. Um, yeah, everyone's telling Ray the manure will be perfect for compost. I think it will. They're in a greenhouse, pretty warm but not heated, east of Scotland, so weather's all over the place just now. Um, yeah, it's been a really weird June this year, and a start to July. Last year it was crazy. I mean, last year June was pretty bad, and and yeah, last year June was pretty bad, and it set everyone back. It really caught me out last year. This year I was a bit better prepared because what I did was I staggered my plantings. I didn't get carried away by May, and what I did last year was I planted everything out at the end of May, and then when June that change in weather happened in June, I fell way behind with everything. But this year, what I did was I staggered my plantings. So the first couple of weeks in June was a bit rubbish. So I waited for that. I kept a much closer eye on the weather this year. I need 85 for 3,000. You're averaging 1,000 a week now. How times have changed. If you don't know Dean, go and say hello to him. He grows some absolutely massive vegetables. Really cracking family as well. Yeah, go and say hello to him. Let's see if we can push him up and get him closer to that 3K. And Dean, it's not. It's just one video that's gone absolutely mental. It's that my compost video, my compost in 10 days video. That just went absolutely mental. That video alone, why? Yeah, that video alone's brought in 3,000 subscribers for me. It's just gone absolutely mental for me. Um, it, it's just that one break that I've got. So they're in a. So I need 80. I'm doing a video to send in next week on Giant Veg. Sending where are you sending it in? Oh, onto Gardener's World. Brilliant. That's yeah. Get it on. Chasing supercars. My son. Yeah. So there are a couple of sunflower experts here. So go and share your advice for chasing supercars. Is I do apologise. I'm not sure what's going on tonight. YouTube has kicked me out twice now. Um, in the middle of the live, and I've had to go back in. So I do apologise. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with it. Um, my whole channel is minus everything. How many videos are you putting up at the minute? Because at least each week I'm putting out two videos and a live stream. So I'm going a bit hard on YouTube at the moment. Absolutely, sunflower need a lot of nitrogen to grow those giant leaves, and that's why I use chicken manure. So, chasing supercars. There's a bit of advice from Bob to give it as much nitrogen as you can give it, and that'll help them shoot up. Um, Ismail Karolia, sorry I missed that comment. Same here. Whereabouts? I'm not. I'm a total novice. What do you feed them? You can feed them if you you can get you want in liquid feeds. What kind of compost have you got them growing in? Because you can just use for your sunflowers. You can just use normal plant food that everyday plant food that you get from the supermarket, and that'll help your sunflowers grow. Chicken manure pellets are a really good idea as well. That's got a lot of nitrogen in it. That'll help give it that boost, as Bob was suggesting. Patricia, I love goats. So much fun to watch. You have to get some. There's a lot of paperwork involved, with getting the licensing and that sort of thing. And as I've got a couple of neighbours that like to complain about everything. Um, they nearly got me an ASBO for having a rooster a few years ago. So for those of you that are in the UK, you know what an ASBO is. But for anyone who's not in the UK, yeah, the council were gonna take me to court for having a rooster, and they were gonna issue me with an antisocial behaviour order. uh, Charlotte saying my grandma fed me my pet rabbit. Are you joking? Side dish of carrots by any chance? French French stew, and she told me it was chicken. Are you being serious? See, I said that as a joke a few weeks ago. If my kids didn't behave, then I'd eat the rabbits. They haven't got any rabbits, by the way. But everyone got quite upset prospect of me eating the rabbits. UK Scrappers here. How are you doing, Paul? Thank you very much for coming in. My ceilings are 3 meters high, so should I be worried? If you've got some giant sunflowers, you might get to that 3 meters high quite easily. Um, is your grandma? Who's Glenn? Is he? I don't get that. Bunny stew. Um, we've had record rains in southeast Alaska, hoping for some sun in July. Catherine, we're hoping for the same at the moment. It's um, it's been a horrible start to July so far. I was hoping for some warmth. It's just been tomorrow. We're forecast winds of about 40 to 50 miles an hour. That I'm not looking forward to the most. Basically, Monty, I helped out a lady. Again, third year running by strimming her plot to give her blank canvas. But because I strimmed it again last Monday, I ruined her day and she left early. Why did she leave early? If she, eh? Don't make sense, Sam. I wanted to know what Shocher Bagan means. It is A rough translation would be something like hobby garden. Yeah, so a rough translate. Bagan means garden, and shokh means desire, a hobby, something that's fun. So hobby garden would be a good translation for it, I think. Um, what can grow very tall, and there's a quite a popular TV program by that name as well. So everyone uses that tag to just try and get the people searching for that TV program. So that's the other reason for using it. Can they grow? They can grow very tall if it's not a dwarf variety. Yeah, sunflowers can get massive, but mine have never got past 6 foot. So let's see. Hopefully this year, I've got some of um, Nick's sunflower seeds growing. So Nick's allotment diary. He does every year. He does this sunflower challenge, and he basically what he did last year was he handed out loads of sunflower seeds to people. We're growing, so I'm growing some of his own variety seeds, as well as some of my sister's seeds, and he'll you can put a video up on his Facebook page or tag him on his YouTube, and hashtag it Sunflower Challenge 2020, uh, and get involved with it. It's a good bit of fun for everyone. Um, she decided to dig at me. She's decided to dig at me, saying, "Glad someone's had a good day." Then walked off. And the plot steward tell me today to bear in mind streaming when she. But didn't she ask you to do it? Just pop in to the put the kids to bed. Dean, not a problem. I'll see you when you're back. Oh, let's get it. See, I've spent most of today playing with horse muck again. It's one of those things that I do when I've got very little to do in the garden. See, we've got some seeds to sow. My mum pulled quite a few onions, so we probably harvested about 5 kilos, 6 kilos of onions today. Um, and while she was doing that, I was out, playing with my compost pile and giving that a turn. So I'm a bit tired today and yeah, a bit achy as well. Mike's allotments here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. How are you keeping? Uh, Midnight did sub to Tap and North Farm. They're based in northeast of Scotland. Yeah, they're a good bunch of people as well. Carolina Hillbill is here, 1961. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Uh, the rooster must have been well heard to get an Asbo. It wasn't that. I don't think it was that loud. I mean, my neighbours on either side were quite good about it. It was probably about 50 or 60. Well, it must have been more than that. Probably about 70 meters from the nearest house from the house that actually complained. It's about 70 meters away from there. I don't think it was that loud. Rooster no noisier than kids. They're not, but my kids aren't up at 5 o'clock in the morning screaming. They're normally causing a havoc during the day, but they're not. Yeah, they're not up at that time. See, it would have been something quite impressive to get an Asbo for a rooster, wouldn't it? See, the criminal mastermind, the criminal mastermind, Asbo for having a rooster. uh, my next door neighbour's getting an Asbo soon, hammering last night at midnight. Has he still not calmed down yet, Sam? My giant sunflowers in pots made 5 foot. Only made 5 foot. Have they? When you say they've only made 5 foot, have they started putting their heads out or something? Curtis Stone, Urban Gardener is one of my favourite channels. After My Family Garden, of course. Curtis Stone really knows what he's doing. I really like some of the stuff that he comes out with. Um, See, I used to spend, before I started video, um, YouTubing, I used to watch Curtis Stone quite a bit, Tony, UK Here We Grow, Terry King, that's another channel that I watched quite a bit. But since I started YouTubing, met loads of brilliant channels, loads of really cool people. Uh, yeah, and this gardening community is it's absolutely quality. It's really quality. Just check the monthly forecast, and it should get better towards the end of July. So we've got another month of rain and winds to deal with. One of my videos has gone crazy in Philippines. Um, in Philippines, how have you got promoted over there? Um, yeah, we really need some sort of warm weather. We're desperate for some warm weather, I think. Nick, whatever happened to the 1K members badge thing? 1K members badge? What's a 1K members badge? Tapanold Farm is a great channel, and most of their crops are outside. Yeah, they grow using permaculture methods, and they're a nice young family as well. Yeah, uh, I'm a bit worried as well because I don't have proper greenhouse, and most of my warm weather veg are growing outside. Most of your veg are going to be fine, you know. The only ones that I'd be worried about would be the chilies, but your chilies are doing awesome. Um, have you got them protected from the winds? If you can protect them as much from the wind as possible, I think that's the one that causes the most damage at this time of year. Um, just leave her plot. It's not the woman I streamed for. The lady on the plot next to her. Ah, okay. So it's not the woman that you helped that's complaining. It's someone else complaining that you helped someone else. People just need to mind their own business sometimes, you know. People just really need to mind their own business. Uh, Sophia, all my veg are outside. Yeah, and Frank's in the north of England as well, so he hasn't got your warmth. I'll try. Let's see. Yeah, Ray, I'm catching up on the chat, so I think I'm way behind. Hajra Begum's here. Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much for coming in. How are you keeping? Please hit that like for me as you come in, everyone. I'm better off talking to a plank of wood, a, a police officer told. Martin, are you still planning to hold a garden open day? The thing is, with Yusuf, I haven't decided yet. Do you know, just with this lockdown scenario situation at the moment, I know they've lifted the lockdown, but I haven't decided on what to do. It was just all about what they're going to do. I would have definitely gone ahead if it wasn't for this coronavirus situation, but I just don't know what to do at the moment with this. So I haven't decided yet. Oh, yeah. Tony O'Neill's here from Simplify Gardening. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in, mate. The man, the legend. He's rocked up. That's all right. Um, my husband would love a greenhouse, but we don't have room. He'll just have to make room with make do with his man cave. He could build an extension to his man cave and put on a little greenhousey little extension. I want. I'm hoping if I can get the chicken house moved, then underneath where the chicken house is, and I've got my old greenhouse, and I've got a concrete foundation there, and I'm hoping to build myself a little man cave there. Uh, yeah, that's either my project for later on this year or early next year, but I've my eyes on that plot, that little bit of land there. 'Cause my chicken hut is falling apart, and that needs redoing and refixing. And if I can get that fixed up, then I'm taking that little area for my little. I've already got the plans inside my head. So I want a little wood fire. I want a little sofa. I want a little bit of a couch to lie down on, and maybe even a pond outside. So let's see. Yeah, I've got the ideas in my head. Let's see if I can get it past the boss and get it to action. uh, let's see where we're going. Tony's saying hello to everyone. Chilies are the only things that fit into the plastic greenhouse. So, did your plastic greenhouse survive the strong winds? Because quite a few people uh, got their plastic greenhouses got knocked over. Were yours all right? Nick had sent a badge sent a new Troubers channel that reached 1K that was being sent by post the new 1K channels. Ah, okay. Ah, okay. I don't get notifications when you're on live. Every Saturday, 8 o'clock, there or thereabouts. So if I'm not, I'm normally on by about 5 past 8. But every Saturday we're here. Put it in your diary. Um, Wa alaikum assalam. Hope all is well and good. Question: what can I start planting now? So in July, what I'm starting to do is I'm still planting some cabbages. So cabbages, and I'm gonna plant some winter cabbages. I've got some pak choy to plant, kohlrabi to plant, loads and loads of chard. Keeps successional sowing chard and lettuce and things like that. Um, you can plant some. I'm waiting until the end of July, early August to plant some potatoes for a winter harvest. What else can you plant? The Yeah, you can still get a if you've got some dwarf French beans, you can still get away with planting those kind of stuff. So yeah, there's still loads for you to plant. So Dean's back. Don't open the door. Don't do the open door yet. Can't get out of Leicester at the moment. Or you're on lockdown as well, aren't you? I don't know. See, this is the thing. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. It, and especially with my mum, I can't risk anything as well with her. So I'm just in two minds. Let's see what goes on. Um, 2 weeks ago was the one. It was one ginger plant. Today I had a look and there's four. Oh, that's amazing, mashallah. That's fantastic. I told you, just bear with it. It'll come. It'll come. It's like now Monty. His two kids are in the gardening, screaming at the top of their lungs. Another reason can't upload on my garden because of them. That's what happens though with kids in your neighbour's house. A lot of the time when I'm videoing, if I'm not videoing and it's not my kids that are causing noise in the background, my neighbours on both sides, bottom, they've all got young kids and they're all making that sort of noise. Um, social distant, social distance appointment based garden tours. That's going to be a lot of work though. That. See, I was thinking what I wanted to do was, like if I could bring everyone up, have a barbecue, have a little get together, show everyone around, and just a meet and greet more than anything else. uh, I'm trying to convince my wife my man cave needs a see-through extension. Frank, I think you need one of them, because you want to be able to sit in your man cave and you want to be able to admire the garden, but at the same time you want to be able to grow your plants in there. Right, it was dependent on the person that it was passed to, passing it on to the person they subscribed to, Reaching Monkey. So I'm not sure who did. So who had that? Who had the little badge last then? Yeah, I get my man cave. Paul, I need one. I really need one. I think I need somewhere to hide from everyone. uh, I already have the windows for lean-to greenhouse in the garden. Um, What windows are you using? Sorry, someone just decided to phone in the middle of my live stream. They know that I'm live? Bish, Fish with Bish is here. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in, and thanks for that massive congratulations. I appreciate it, mate. How are you keeping? My husband has his man cave, a burning patch, and chairs and table. He's living. Oh, that sounds awesome. That Patricia, that sounds absolutely awesome. No, for us, plastic greenhouse could not handle the strong winds. We, I told us on one of my videos a while ago. I told a story about my old plastic greenhouse, how it got completely taken about and taken out by the winds. And I was trying to clutch onto it during in gale force winds. I was trying to hold it down, and I survived a couple of gusts, and then just one gust just blew it straight out my hands. I watched the greenhouse lift up and then topple over and crush all over the place. Yeah, it was not. I wasn't a very happy bunny. Really enjoyed my garlic video. Thank you very much. I have a greenhouse tied to the fence post, and then I have weights inside weighing it down, so it's not going anywhere. Um, Never fear, Bish is here. Bish, how are you keeping, man? Where have you been able for the last few weeks? I think. Did he just say barbecue? I'm in the car on my way. Bish, yeah, that's what the plan was. We could do like some sort of barbecue and stuff, and it would have been all right. I think. I'm angry at Leicester people who haven't listened. Time is
Where's
precious.
that comment?
Okay, just slow down. Time is precious right now. I found out a week before the first lockdown that my granddad has terminal cancer, and I didn't. I did say it in a video as well, but oh, Sam, I'm really sorry to hear that, mate. I'm really sorry to hear that. How far away is he from you?
That it shows there's
Okay,
another comment over there.
yeah, can you sit up so I can see what's going on the screen? Um, Backyard Gardeners here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. My man cave's in the garage. Bish, I want a garage. Something as big as a garage. That'd be perfect for me. I'd get some fish tanks in there. I'd get my fire pit in there.
I drew a picture.
You drew a picture of what is it?
Minecraft monster squirrel. They're all just about to get out and go home, and then because Hero Bind went somewhere, who's their teacher, and then he just opened the doors, which means they have to stay for a longer time.
So let's see what else is going on. Internet very bad, keeps cutting out. Well, love your videos, keep up the good work. Tony, thanks for spending some time with us. We're gonna. It's been a
Don't call me that.
a funny day today. Don't call you what? Lad. Oh, cutie. You are. I think you've embarrassed him. Come on, buddy. You're all right. Right, come on.
I'm gonna write my story, and when I'm done, I'll read it.
Tim, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I
Dad,
just want to say thank you for keeping
carry
me
on
sane during
doing
this
the
difficult
live stream
period.
until I'm done doing my story.
Say that again.
Can you do the live stream until I'm done doing the story?
No, we're gonna call it. We're gonna finish soon. So
Really?
Tim, thanks very much for coming in.
I told you to call me when it's been half an hour.
Just come here.
No, 56 minutes.
I'm in the garage now, filming and editing some float making videos. I've seen those floats; they look quite impressive. So Bish, if you like fishing, he's your man.
Next week I'm gonna tell them the story.
Okay. So Bish has been making some handmade floats, and they look really impressive. So if you're into that sort of thing, you should have a look at that. My son speaks his mind. Yeah, Theo needs to do a comic series with his brilliant pictures. You've done it. You did a comic. You made a comic, didn't you? He made a comic.
I made a comic book out of paper, masking tape.
He's got a really brilliant imagination. He came up with his own board game. So he designed a board game as well, didn't you? Can you remember?
Yeah, the Fantastic Four one.
No.
And the Silver Star.
Can you stop picking at stuff and break?
The
Okay.
Pokemon one.
No, the one that was the family board game that we did, that you made for everyone. On a plus
Can you tell
note,
me more?
we'll find it and I'll show you what one. I can't describe it. You'll find it. On a plus note, my dahlias in the garden are really flowering, and hopefully.
Wait, why do I need to do a comic series?
Because you've got a lot of talent, that's why.
Is it like the comics like in Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
I don't know if they'll know that, but you can come up with some ideas. I'm sure you can.
Are they talking about comic books?
Yeah.
I'm okay with comic books.
See,
I need staplers though.
That's cheered him up.
I need a stapler though.
I'm sure we've got staplers.
I'm gonna do one based on my Minecraft Monster School picture.
I've got some. I managed to get that. Do you know that dahlia bag from? Was it from B&M or Wilco's that had about 10 bulbs in one bag? So I managed to get one of them, and so we've got loads of dahlias coming up this year. One of my favourite flowers, and one of the other things is I've got. I'll get a picture up on Facebook. But there's a dahlia that's flowering for the first time in 2 years, and it's looking awesome. It's like purple and white, and yeah, it's looking pretty nice. How's your pond? I've hundreds of baby frogs all over the lawn. Like it's like an invasion. Okay, I didn't see that. Oh, okay, keep your leg down, man. Okay, just sit down. You'll be okay. So
when I fell down,
my daughter's fallen.
It scraped against my chest when I fell down. I'm gonna have another picture.
So my daughter.
It's a bunch of video games and there's so much drama.
She scraped all her knee.
And the blood's scraping through the thing now.
You just need to leave it.
It's not scraping, it's going through.
So is it too late to sow corn now? Sam, I think it is. I think it is a bit late to sow corn at the moment.
To do what? Sow corn. I don't think corn will be ready, won't it? Wait, Dad, where's that comment that I need to
It's gone. It's gone way behind.
Can I see it? I just want to see the name.
Sophia. It was Sophia. I saw some corn in the poly. I'm supposed to pick on a tree. I'll get a picture up, Sam.
Can you tell me what comments
Yusuf, go ahead, and then when do I transplant my ginger plants?
Someone's here. Hi, kids.
No, Charlotte's been here for a while. She's just saying hello to you guys.
Right now we came over a bit. 1 minute.
You can. Which have you got them already? Have you got them already growing in soil, or how have you got them growing?
Can you tell me some good ideas for comic books? Oh,
So
can you ask us some questions?
If you're gonna cut them separate from one piece, then cut them off harden the cut
Someone's
off.
going.
Okay, harden the cut off, and then just transplant them. As soon as the stalks are about 3-4 inches high, just go for it.
Someone's going. I think it said
I grew
enjoy your
dahlia
day.
for the first time this year. Dahlias are brilliant. I think they're
I need
absolutely
to
quality flower.
Dad, can I just
Absolutely
ask
quality.
them something?
What?
Can you tell me some comic book ideas?
Can you tell me? Can you ask me? Can you ask me questions?
We're gonna call it a day very shortly.
But
I
just
think we might have to get away
can
with
someone just please
otherwise
give me a comic book idea?
I have to turn to walk the. I have to go to. Bish,
But,
thanks for popping in, mate.
What should
and
it be
I'll see
about,
See ya,
Sophia? Like a Minecraft, like
Well,
a
they have a new
Minecraft
channel.
like that.
They have a new
Like a
channel.
Minecraft
Right,
Monster
okay,
School
stop it.
one.
Superhero comics would be good.
I can't think of any made up superheroes.
You can make one up, I'm sure you can.
Captain Snoopy Pants.
Right. Or
Wait, I think I know what to do. The Avengers.
Look, Frank's come up with an idea. Do a book about a super carrot.
Ask me some questions.
There used to be a really, really good one, a comic called Banana Man.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
Wait, there's also a book called Super Potato, was it? As well.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he gets something.
I think everyone's gonna go for super carrot.
Nope.
You know, you could do.
I already thought of one.
It could be like a superhero that eats a carrot like Popeye and gets strength, and then his superpower could be bounces around like a bunny.
Wait, but does he bounce around like Crash Hopper?
Put your leg down.
Does he bounce around like Crash Hopper from Benton Omniverse?
These guys are too young to know Banana Man.
I've heard about Elephant Man and Tom Gates.
And then there was a book about Super Potato. Knocked the bad guy into jelly in one book. I remember.
What's it?
Oh right, and that was
There you go.
first
What's your
one.
favourite vegetable?
Peas.
Peas. Are you sure?
What's a merch?
Broccoli.
Merch is merchandise.
No,
Do you like hats and?
Do you have merchandise?
No.
Can you give me options?
No, we don't have merchandise.
When do you get
Give me
merchandise? Like,
Keep
do
your
you
leg
have
down.
to Dad? You have to get a website or
Yeah, right, guys. Super asparagus.
I already thought of one. Can I please tell you?
Peas are a good choice. There you go.
It's technically the Avengers, but Spider-Man and Black Panther joined this, and the
Watermelon, definitely
origins are
We're growing some watermelons, aren't we?
and the origins are swapped. Spider-Man is swapped with Black Panther. Captain America is swapped with Iron Man. Black Widow and Hawkeye is swapped, and Iron Man and Hulk and Thor's are swapped.
It's 3 minutes past an hour.
Thanks for the chat. Need to go now. Look, Tim, you take care, and I'm gonna call it a day here as well. Thanks to everyone for coming in and spending some time with us, and we'll do some sort of giveaway next weekend.
No, not yet. I'm a yes.
So right, I'm gonna call it a day there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.